So the whole Diddy thing, as we know, has been going on for over a month now. He's
The
been
Diddy
locked
thing,
up.
we call it
The whole Diddy thing. The whole Diddy thing.
The whole
Diddy,
Diddy
not. We all Diddy. Yeah. The whole Diddy thing. The whole Diddy thing. It's crazy now because now the family's being affected, right? His family, his friends, everyone's being affected. So his boys were out at a Halloween party.
Okay.
Today is Halloween. They were at a Halloween. I think Justin, King Combs, a couple of the other boy was. I think they were all at a Halloween
Quincy,
party this week. Quincy, yeah,
right.
Yeah, he was at the party. So they were all at this Halloween party, and apparently, Ray J was there as well. Now, Ray J has been making the rounds on different podcasts. He has his own podcast as well. I believe he's on Newsmax as well. Talking about the whole Diddy case. Now, Diddy and Ray J, they're friends. They're good friends. They've been friends for a while. He's also friends with the boys as well. Like, he knows them well, right? Apparently, the boys saw Ray J in the club and they stepped him. And they're like, yo, why you keep talking about my dad's situation like that? Like we don't like that. And which is kind of crazy because there are a lot of people talking about the Diddy's case and they're not saying very favorable things about Diddy, right? Ray J's not like that. He's talking about the case, but he's not bashing Diddy in any way. He's just talking about the case, saying he's probably been to some of the parties or whatever, but he's not saying anything, derogatory about him or not, but he is speaking about the case. Apparently, they don't like it. So they basically stepped to him, shoved, is about to go to blows with Ray J. Lo and behold, another huge R&B star of all people, Chris Brown, steps in. He was outside of the club, but I think he heard stories of what's going on inside the club, went back inside the club, and he got in between. He saw the boys going towards, the Ray J about to, hit him in the chest or something like that, broke up the fight. Basically said, yo, let's just squash this. Let's keep the peace. He kind of deflected all of this violence. And as you know, Chris Brown has been in his own violent assault cases against Rihanna. But it was nice to see.
Bringing up the Rihanna.
Well, I mean, it happened. But it's nice to see. I mean, it happened. It's all good. But it's nice to see that he is trying to keep the peace. I mean, he obviously knows them both. And really, what's the sense of fighting? So I really love that. I really love to see that he did that and he kind of squashed everything. But do you think that the boys should be stepping to Ray J about talking about the case when everybody is talking about the case and having their commentary on it? Again, he hasn't been saying anything horrible about their father or whatever. He's just been saying about what he knows and commenting on the case on these different podcasts on Newsmax and different media outlets, also on his own personal podcast that he has. So do you think that his boys should have stepped to him and kind of started a little scuffle with him?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Listen, despite what people may say about Diddy, those are his sons. So I'm not at all surprised that they may feel some kind of way. But the idea of them stepping to people, right? Like they're gonna wear out a pair of shoes stepping to all these people talking about him. Yeah. And then also too, listen, I don't know these young men, but you don't. I would imagine you don't want that brand. You don't want to start adopting that because when people start see you coming, right? Like right now. Like, I guess my point is it feels like that's not associated with you young men, right? But if you get known for that, you're gonna have to carry that. You running up on people in the street, you only get away with that a couple of times, right? Before people start seeing you coming, before people want to start reacting. That's like putting an open for sale sign up, right? Like we want that smoke. Now, maybe they do. Like I said, I don't know them. But I think you need to be careful with that. The other part is, fam, it's Ray J, right? And this ain't in no attempts to disparage Ray J, but it's Ray J. Remember back in the day, Ray J and Fab kind of got into something and Ray J was on there talking about all kind of stuff. He put hands on Fab and stuff.
Oh, did he? I don't remember.
Yeah, and so then Fab gets on the radio after that, and he's just like, "Look, bro, like, stop, like, you know what I mean? Like, if it was about that, it would be about that, right? Like, I wouldn't even, like, you know what I mean? He's like, Fab is like, it's Ray J, right?
Right.
And if it was really about something, then this would be different. But it's because it's Ray J, he kind of gets a little pat. Like, ain't nobody beat like that over him. So I think, you know, was there a little bit of comfort level on the side of Diddy's sons because it was Ray J? Possibly. Would they be about it like that with maybe another celebrity? I don't know, man. So net, I can understand why they may feel some kind of way. Two, I would say be real careful if that's how you want to be known, right? And three, it's Ray J, dog. Like, stop. Like that's not to mention that's a grown, that's an adult, right? We look at Ray J in terms. Ray J been around for decades now, right? You know what I mean? Like, I think we sometimes think of Ray J as a younger guy, or something like Brandy's little brother or something. That's a grown ass man. Like, I said,
Moesha.
Right. Like, Ray J, that's a grown ass man. Like, it's just like, it's not like that's not been his vibe. Like, it's just this. Well, like, yo, stop, man. Stop all of that shit.
I mean, I think the problem in this scenario is it's almost like if I got in trouble, right? And I did something stupid or whatever, and I'm locked up in jail or whatever the case may be. And then I see my brother K on these media outlets talking about my situation because allegedly they're friends, right? I don't know how close, but clearly they feel like they're friends.
Isn't that what matters? How close? Isn't that what matters? Though?
Yeah, it's what matters, but clearly they feel like they're close enough that he shouldn't be out there on these media outlets talking about their father's situation. He's friends with Diddy. He knows them very well as well over the years, and they just feel like he's out of pocket for going on these media outlets and talking about his father's situation because there's nothing really good that he could say about the whole Diddy situation. If you were in this scenario and media outlets were coming to me, or any bad scenario, right, that you were seen in any kind of negative light, and I'm your friend, I'm your brother, and media outlets was coming to me, hey Jay, let's really, what happened with the case situation? I am not talking to the media about your situation. I'm not saying a word. There's nothing that I'm saying. So I could see, they shouldn't try to step to him or anything, but I could see why they would be upset or why they would talk to him and be like, bruh, chill. Like, you're out of pocket. Like, don't go there. Why are you talking about my pops like that? That's your boy. You know what I'm saying? You've known each other for years. We've known you for years. Like, don't do that. So I could understand because they're friends. If it's someone I don't know in the industry and they're talking about it, well, I can't stop it. I can't say nothing to them because they don't know me. I don't know them. So you got to understand where they are probably coming from.
Yeah, and that's why I started out by saying, listen, I can understand them, why they would feel that way. But I don't know if that's the route they want to take. And again, as I said, maybe they want that. Maybe
I don't think that they want it. They can't control themselves.
Well, maybe that kind of energy is held specifically for Ray J. Maybe that's not something that they're adopting with, just across the board, and maybe specifically with Ray J.
Yeah.
And then have the conversation with it. I'm not sure, maybe could that have been better handled with the relationship? Listen, here's what I know, man. I have been in enough and around enough of, let's just say, shit jumping off. All of that. Chris Brown couldn't have broke up no shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Chris Brown, whether Chris or anyone.
But weren't we happy to see him do that?
One person just walking in there like, nah.
Well, if you have respect for that person.
No, Jay. No. Okay. I'm talking about some real shit out there. And I ain't even a street dude.
That's why it wasn't real.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I ain't a street dude. But I've had enough fights, right, to know when it's going down, it's going down. Ain't no mean mugging, pushing, like, yo, why'd you say that? Like, nah. If I'm stepping, if it's gotten to that point, nah. So here's the thing. There's two things here. There is a conversation. I may pressure on a conversation, but if I'm coming for that other thing is happening, right? And that's the way it would be greeted as well too. That's the way it would be greeted towards me as well. Now, if it escalated, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like it escalated because they came like they were going to bring that, right? So my point is either that happens, like you come with that intention, or you don't. I'm just talking on some real shit. Not that you can't say anything, not that you can't call them out, and not that you can't press them on it, but if you come in with violence, then go with the violence. I'm not advocating for it, but I'm not sure how it's swelling up your chest with air and all of that, if it's just for the purpose of doing that to where somebody, be it Chris Brown or anyone else, can come in like, no, y'all chill. And then everything kind of deflates. Doc, do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
Just on a level of like off the block, right? Kind of shit, Doc.
But absolutely. Like, listen, it's either gonna pop off or like if you're not actually going there to do something, then that's just a phone call. Hey, listen,
don't
Ray
bring
J,
that kind of energy.
We don't appreciate it. Just don't say nothing. Just chill or whatever like that. You don't step to somebody if you're not gonna step to somebody.
Right.
No. You guys don't understand. They went to this party. Ray J just so happened to be there. They didn't go to this party with intention.
It doesn't matter. You still stepped to him. You still
fight him. And you
still did that.
Here's the thing: if that's me, you, Doc, and Dave out, and you have a problem with Dave, right? And me and Doc is there, and we're all friends, like Chris Brown, the boys, Ray J. They're all friends. They all know each other. It's way easier for me to de-escalate you from having a problem with Dave or Doc and stop you from hitting them, even if you really was about it and you really wanted to do it. It's easier because of your relationship with Doc and Dave. You know them. Yeah, you can be mad at them, but I think that's the part that you guys are missing. They're all friends. They know each other.
Right,
friends don't easily get into fist fight. It takes a lot.
Right, but then if that's it, then the same thing applies. If we're friends to the point that it just takes one other person to de-escalate it that way, then don't come at me like it's going down. Then let's move it back even further. Then there's no reason for you to come with that kind of energy. That's my point. Like, it's not. There's no.
When your father is in jail for everything, they didn't plan this, bro. It just snapped.
It doesn't. Listen. If you think that they didn't have a conversation amongst themselves, I think you're being naive. A conversation about Ray J. Even if they didn't know he was going to be at that party, whatever, they're already, the reason why they were salty about it when they saw him is because they had been talking about it. They had seen these things, him saying these things, feeling some kind of way.
Well, they may have just talked about it right there that night. That they probably seen it separately or whatever. Maybe they did see it in advance. Maybe.
Right.
But.
Okay. I'm just talking about one scenario. So my thought is that it didn't all just come to a crescendo in that very moment. I'm going to assume, right, that they had already saw this, kind of talked about it. And if you want to take your route and say, well, maybe they didn't even know he was there. Okay. Bottom line is, whether it happened right there at the party, whether it happened before that, and it was, next time I see him, you still don't step to folks with that kind of energy unless that's what it is. That's all I'm saying. If that's what that is, and that's
so
what,
you wanted,
and I'm
you
and I'm not.
You wanted them to swing on Ray
No,
J.
I wanted them not to swing on Ray J because I don't believe that that's where their hearts were. I think they were upset. I think they were angry, and they got no problem to me. I don't have a problem with you talking to someone, but listen, look here, young man. Like, people, like, that shit is for real, and understand what that is, right? Do you really want to be out there kind of viewed as running up on folks? Maybe it's just RJ. Are you going to do that with other folks? I don't know.
Well, good thing. It didn't come to that, but maybe that was
the violence, man. Like I'm
well,
not.
it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
I'm not an well.
It was.
I'm not
close.
an advocate for it, right? And so that's all I'm saying.
It
so
didn't happen because they are friends and they finally realized at the moment. You know what?
You don't know why it didn't happen.
Huh?
You don't know why it didn't happen.
Well, Chris Brown broke it up.
Okay, yeah. So you don't know.
Right, but to your point, they didn't really want it because to your point, if they really wanted it to happen, it would have went down. But because they are all friends and they all have known each other for many years, that and Chris Brown stepping into ixnay a little bit, that is the reason why it didn't happen. Which I'm actually happy.
And I'm happy too, but that's why it's lame. And that's why it's lame. It's like y'all need to stop, man. Like, stop that.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't get to that point, but I could understand the overflowing and the overwhelming feelings that his boys and his whole family are going through right now. So I know they're on a short fuse, which is really sad.
You say so, man.